We'll unleash the animal house that we call Fox NFL Sunday in just a bit, but we want to welcome those who watched the Buffalo Bills move on in the playoffs. Josh Allen put them on his back. 2 touchdowns today. They win on the road at Jacksonville. 27-24 is the final. Jacksonville one last chance, but it was picked off, and so their season is over. The Bills get their first road playoff win since 1992. And more importantly, they're back in the divisional round of the road. We will talk much more about that later on, including next week as we get you set for the divisional round. But right now, let's get back to our wild card game coming up as the Eagles, of course, defended their NFC East crown this year. But the season has been filled with more than a little doubt. Yet all around Philly, the Bird Gang knows the start of the postseason means the start of a
Sports HQ presented by Trimfire, where it is our pleasure to take you back out to the site where Tony Romo is standing by after another Josh Allen classic here, and he goes on the road for the first time in his career and collects a playoff win. I want to drill into this final 15. How do you reconcile what we saw in that fourth quarter, the 4 lead changes, relative to what we saw in the first 45?
It's football, and it's very difficult to basically communicate to people how you start to learn your opponent as the game goes on. And so what happens is over the course of the game, you all of a sudden figure out, like, okay, when this guy's over here, that means they're doing this. Because early in the game, you don't actually know that, and then all of a sudden you feel it. So quarterback can start to understand that. So sometimes that helps you get to the right spot faster. But I thought this was an incredibly well-played game from both teams. I mean, it feels sad that somebody had to lose because I thought both teams were worthy of victory. But it's why we play the game, and it was just it feels an honor to call the game, honestly. It was just a special day.
And we will get to Josh's performance. I do want to go to Jacksonville as we put a bow on their season, and it was a gift to this fan base. You feel like you're headed in the right direction, but it's a game that starts with an errant throw by Trevor Lawrence, then ends with an interception that's just into traffic and a great play defensively. Amazing football in between for a man who's shown great growth this season. How do you process this moment and this performance for Lawrence specifically?
I think what you're saying, it's a great point because it reminded me of Carolina a little bit yesterday, but in a different way where it's like you really think that probably the Bills are going to win because they have Josh Allen, right? Like it's like, well, Michael Jordan's on that team, so they should probably win. But when I went and watched the tape all week, I'm like, Jacksonville is probably the better team when you look at the whole structure, all 3 phases. And all of a sudden it's like they could do this, and they're at home. And Carolina made that a game yesterday, and all of a sudden it's like that could happen, but they didn't quite get it done. That's what happened to Jacksonville today, but the future looks bright. And you got Liam Cohen coming in. You see this, and it's like, all right, we're going to be okay. But it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. There's only so many times that you can go, to the AFC Championship, to the Super Bowl, and I thought Jacksonville actually had that opportunity this year, and they just ran into Josh Allen today. And he was the difference just in those subtle plays because they shut the run down. They made it very difficult against the number 1 rushing offense. It was literally came down to little things, little situational stuff. Trevor Lawrence, that one throw, a missed kick by Cam Little. That's what these games come down to.
They certainly do. Those giveaways in the end are the disaster that Jacksonville could not survive. And maybe it was, to your point, just trying to survive the best player in the world, that being Josh Allen. In the biggest moments, it's time to put the cape on. He does it once again. I don't want to say he does it alone because he certainly does not. This is a collection of talents. Brandon Cook shows up. Khalil Shakir shows up. But when it matters most, it can just be Josh Allen versus your 11. How does he continue to deliver in those moments?
Oh, you said it right there. I mean, the biggest thing is he played the game today, I felt like strategically, almost like he's going to see the score. You're playing golf or you're playing basketball and you're like, all right, I'm passing the ball. I'm doing these things. I'm never going to give you these turnovers. I'm never going to hit the shot out of bounds. I'm just going to go ahead and hit a 4-iron off the tee instead of a driver. And I'm just going to keep myself in play. And then eventually I'm going to look up and see the score and be like, all right, is it time? Oh, it is. All right, here we go. And he went down and did it. Now, that's not easy to do. But he actually played the game that way today, and especially against this Jaguars team, you needed to because they made everything very difficult. And he had to take it physically. That's the one thing that not everyone can see on TV. You see it a little bit when we show it, but he had to take it. And if you don't, take the punishment, you can't win these games. And I really felt like he did that. And that just shows a testament to his, intestinal fortitude and his just physicalness about, like, I'm going to do this regardless. And that's why they won, honestly, in my brain.
Tony, I know there's some pretty good golf down there in Ponte Vedra. Unfortunately, golf season has begun for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We appreciate your time, as always, here on CBS Sports HQ.
Thank you.
What a game to start our Wild Card Sunday here on CBS Sports HQ. When you need a man, it's Superman. Josh Allen getting it done here with north of 300 total yards in this game, 3 total touchdowns, delivering through the air when need be, and then doing it on the ground when rubber meets road. Allen getting the win on the road at Jacksonville. Sweeping coverage continues next with the guys as we break down what we saw in
Rex, all right. But sometime Rex will tell you the story of his pregame routine. But today's not the day for it. Okay, let's pick these games. Bills at Jags. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's right. I am going with the Trevor Grill. Give me the Jags in this one.
Wow.
They're not going to let you back in
the
Buffalo.
Picking against Josh Allen 1.0.
With all the weapons that he has in Jacksonville, I think that Travis Etienne coming out of the backfield in the passing game will be a little too much. With all that said, you give me the Jags at home.
I think Jacksonville's had a great year. I love everything about it, but I'm going with Puke Boy. I think he gets it done. I think the Bills are better than we think. I think Josh Allen is going to capture this moment. I like them getting the road win, his first road win.
Change is coming, fellas. Change is coming. Led by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm strong on the Jags. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm taking the Bills. Josh Allen, if not now, then when? I've got Allen to start a run today in Jacksonville. Niners at Eagles. Rex.
No, I tell you what, it is so tough to win in Philadelphia. No chance here. Eagles get it rolling here. Give me the Eagles.
The man that you see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, will have a big factor today. Will play a huge game in the run game. Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles, and don't forget Saquon Barkley. Give me the Eagles.
Everything says the Eagles should win this game. They're the better team. They're healthier. They're at home. I think the Niners shock everybody. I think Kyle Shanahan puts on a show offensively. Robert Saleh and that defense does enough.
Yeah, the Eagles defense better be ready for that script, that's for sure. But I love their interior defenders, Davis, Carter, Bond, those type of defenders. And also this guy, Cooper DeJean, our first-team All-Pro slot cornerback.
Congratulations.
These are the type of inside defenders that'll stop this Niner offense. Give me the Eagles.
I like the Eagles, too. And then prime time tonight, Chargers at Patriots.
I hate to say it, man. I want to pick the Chargers, but no. I think the experience of that coaching staff, Josh McDaniels, will be the difference in this one. Give me the Pats at home.
Your game breaker, I think, will be all over the field. And I'm talking about Derwin James. But guess what, guys? There's only one Derwin James on that football field. Drake May will have a day. Will exploit that Chargers secondary. You give me the Patriots in the tough one.
I'm on the Patriots as well. I think this is going to be a great game, closer than people think. But I just think the Patriots are the more complete football team. I do think they're tougher when you talk about run the football, stop the run, and being good in the kicking game. I think that shows up today.
Taking away the run are going to be huge for the Patriots. Of course, I'm taking the Patriots. But in the end, I mean, it's going to be tight. Herbert freelancing. That's going to be a problem. I hope they can contain that.